Hi, Neil here with Covers Camo, your source for custom seat covers. Today, we're doing the install on the 2012 Toyota Tundra. This is an awesome looking set of seat covers that we're doing today. It's the charcoal and black HD1000 fabrics. Very durable, waterproof, gonna be great for this customer because they use this with the kids, for the hunting trips, lots in the outdoors. They just need something super durable that's gonna be great. And also this is loaded up with the American flag logos, so let's check it out. All right, so we're getting started on this install. This is the 2012 Toyota Tundra that we're doing today. Now this is the bucket seats with the hard console, so a flow-through console. That we're gonna start with is the console lid cover. Now it would be a different install if you have a 40-20-40 seat. That 20 section is gonna have a three-piece console cover to it. But this one right here just is this lid cover, so we're gonna start with that. Now, pretty simple here. We're just popping this over. Oh, and here, the front side is gonna be this one with the elastic right here, because that elastic piece is so that way it goes around the console opening section, your little handle right there. And so we're gonna start to fit this over like this here. There's gonna be some Velcro, and if that Velcro is attached out of the box, make sure that you release that as you're fitting this on here. I'm going to cap it over the back two corners here. Like that, right there. And then I'm going to attach this Velcro. Now I may come back and adjust this, but I'm just going to get it loosely attached for right now. Get that lined up, make sure it's really coming around that back corner over here. Okay, so that's looking good like that right there. Again, there's that section right there, so you can still open up that piece and that console opener right there. Okay, and we'll just get that smoothed out and adjusted a little bit more. Now we have already done the passenger backrest, bottom, headrest, because those steps are the same as the driver. So skip forward to the driver's seat here as you need to do those, and just repeat the same steps on the passenger seat. Also, this is a Crew Max. We're doing the rear seats on this as well today. We have done the rear 40 backrest, bottom, and headrest, because that's going to be the same steps as the 60 section. So this is a charcoal and black HD1000 heavy duty 1000 material. It's 1000 denier, super durable. Going to be a great durable and waterproof material for this customer. So let's get the rest of these seat covers on. We're moving to the driver's side now. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is prep the seat for the install, and I always like taking the headrest out. Now remove the headrest. There's going to be a little tab that you're going to push in on the outside of this Tundra right there. You push that tab in, and then your headrest will release out, just pulls out like that. No tools, no special tools needed for that. Also, raise the seat height up, all the way up. This is an electric seat, so I like raising it all the way up because that's just gonna give us more room to work with underneath the seat as we get under there. Here's the driver bottom. We have our sewn-in MOLLE gun pocket right here for pistol storage on the inside, extra gear storage on the outside. We're gonna put this on right now, just start to fit this over. Really how the cover installs is there's going to be three straps, two outside straps and then a middle strap. You can see on the front end there's these two straps right here, and these are going to go underneath the seat. Okay, and then so here's these two front straps. These are going to go underneath the seat all the way back to these buckles. Okay, and then it's going to go through this buckle and cinch down nice and tight. And then there's a middle strap right here. This strap goes underneath the seat to a solid bar, back to itself. It locks down. That's called the safety strap or anchor strap. That locks down nice and tight so the seat cover never slides forward. Now, the last piece of the install is going to be a draw cord around the outside right here. Here's the draw cord. You're going to tuck that in. We're going to show you where to tuck it in, but it's going to tie up on the back side nice and tight, and just that helps kind of cinch the bottom edges around, more for aesthetics if anything. Really what keeps the cover in place is these super durable straps and buckles that lock down nice and tight. So first thing first though is we're gonna get this oriented, right? And we're gonna get this in like this right here. Now you're gonna see this Velcro right here, and you may be wondering, hey, what's that Velcro for? Well, that's actually gonna connect up with the backrest. And the backrest is gonna have felt that's gonna come down and stick onto that top Velcro right there. So I'm gonna start just pushing that down like that in between the seat crack right there, like that. And then I'm just gonna adjust this just to make sure I'm not pulling it too far back like that. This Tundra seat is a very unique seat where it's like a lot of contours to it, and it comes in like this. So that's why it's so important to get a nice custom fit cover that fits on your seat, because a lot of the new seats these days have lots of contours to them. So having this, you can look at that edge right there, because there's this kind of bolster that comes out right here, and then you gotta have a cover that fits right, or else it just wouldn't fit on good. It'll be sliding around a lot on you. Okay, so we're getting this pulled down like that, right there. Now we'll show you a view in a minute here too of on this other side what I'm doing here, but I'm just kind of getting this started, getting this tucked in a little bit right there on the front side. Now, one unique thing about this Tundra I want you to be aware of, and this is unique on a lot of Toyotas, is there's the front plastic often will go around the front side, and we'll show you in just a second here, but there's going to be this front plastic piece, and we're going to go above that plastic piece with the straps. We'll show you in a minute. All right, so on the back side right here, one thing I want to show you is that this is when they're leather seats like this, there are these little elastics that hook onto the seat, and they reach underneath and hook up to plastic clips. It's really easy. You just reach underneath, you just lift it off of that plastic clip, and they come up like that. So you're going to want to lift that up right there as you do this install on the back right here, because this is that bottom cover that we've pushed through right there. And we have the buckles. You can see the buckles now that we were talking about earlier. Those are through here now. And one thing is you want to make sure that cover comes through from edge to edge, that it's not folded over itself, okay? And that's going to help to make sure everything gets nice and smooth and that it's not too far to one side. That's looking pretty good for me right now. Now, while we're in this view, I'm just going to show you how to lock down this anchor strap or this safety strap right here. And so we're going to take this strap right here. We're going to go underneath the seat to a solid spring. There's these solid metal springs that are underneath. They're like these long kind of skinny bars that are underneath your seat. And those are all great spots to strap this down. Now we do have a little bit of a kind of electrical cable right here. And so we'll try to avoid going over too much of that. So I'm just going to go come to the side of that right there, like that. But now what we'll do is that strap goes to the bar and it comes back to itself into this buckle. Go through the middle slot, then the outside slot with the teeth right there. Just like that. Okay, and we got that locked down. Now that cover is never going to slide forward. That's really good locked down right there. See, this is your airbag cable right here, so I'm just going to go underneath that right here. And then this one over here, we do got some other, I think it's your heated seat cables. We should be able just to go on the outside of that right here with that strap. So now we're going to go to the outside. I'll show you a little bit on the outside, and then on that front, how we're going to send those straps back. So on the outside right here, this is where you're going to want to use the included trim tool like this, and you're just going to tuck this in to that plastic right here. I'm going to tuck some of that in, and then I'll show you here on the front side, there's this bar that we're going to go, this plastic bar. It comes on, it's connected to this plastic and goes around the front right here. We'll show you that we're going to take the straps and go above that as we send them back. Now on the front side here, you're going to see there's this plastic trim piece that goes on the front side of these. A lot of Toyota loves doing this. So I like to pass these straps right here underneath the seat cushion, but above this plastic right there. And we're going to finish pulling this down but I'm going, again, above this. You technically could take the strap and go around this plastic. I just don't like doing it. I think it's a little bit better fit and finish if you go underneath the seat cushion and above this section right here. So that's where I've run that strap. You'll see this strap, same thing right here, going underneath right there. Once you've passed those straps from the front to the back, you're going to put it through that buckle the same way we did before, through the middle slot, then the outside slot, then lock that down. You see I'm going on the outside of this electric cable right here. Over here also I'm going underneath the airbag cable. That's a little bit better spot, so you're not putting pressure on your cables. Also underneath, kind of hard to see, but there's these two motors that we went above those motors, and we also went above the cables, electric cables, as much as possible. That's nice to do, so you're not putting unnecessary pressure on your motors and your cables. So again, we're staying as close to the seat right here, the actual seat bottom, as possible, running it as flush to like the top of the seat as we can go. And that just takes a little work. It's nice to have a headlight or another light underneath here to see as you're passing these back. So now it's just time to tighten these down nice and tight. Now on the outside of the seat, we need to drop the draw cord down, and where you're going to drop it is you're just going to push this, pull this seat in like that, and it creates this little gap right here, okay? And then in that gap, that's where we're pushing the string down. So I'm gonna even just drop this tool down right here so you can see. Go to the bottom now. You can see it drops down right there. So I've dropped that draw cord right down the outside. So we're on the outside of the upholstery, okay, but the inside of the plastic trim right there. So we're gonna drop that down. That then creates a nice hidden draw cord that goes around the outside, nice and flush right here. That's what we're looking for. The draw cord on the other side right here, let me pull it up again. This is just gonna go on the outside of your, oh, you know, I need to pull the seatbelt out right there. So it's gonna go on the outside of your seatbelt. Okay, so it just drops right next to that console on the outside of the seatbelt. We're gonna go around to the back side now and tie these two up. Now what we're doing on the back side here is with one draw cord, I'm gonna tie up a noose like that right there. And then the other side, I'm gonna come through right here. And then we're gonna adjust the tightness on this to our desired tightness. And I always like pulling straight back on it. And then once I have my tension, then I make that 90-degree angle. So again, just pull kind of straight back like that right there. I'll do it one more time right here. Just pull straight back like that and then across right there. Now I have that noose. Now I'm just gonna hold that with one hand right here. So pinching there, I'm gonna take this and tie this off right like that. Okay, so then we're just gonna take that around, put another knot in it right there. Now there's our draw cord around the outside. It doesn't have to be super tight. It's mostly for aesthetics, just kind of pulling those front corners in a little bit more. Really what keeps this seat cover on, again, is these straps and buckles. Those are what you want to crank down real hard. This is just, you just get it kind of snug right there, and that's good to go. Now we're gonna do the backrest. Bottom is all done. It's time to put the backrest cover on. So we're just gonna take this, open it up. There's actually a side, some Velcro tabs that open up for the Velcro or the airbag blowout section. We're gonna open that up, just slide this over like this right here. Now, if your seat doesn't have that opening because it's an older model and you don't have airbags, then you can just fold the seat cover halfway inside out, kind of like this, where you roll it inside out like that. You see the foam right there. And then that helps you kind of pull that down. But when there's that opening, it slides on pretty easy, like that. I'm gonna move around to the back and just get up onto the seat a little bit more like this. This is a nice position right here, pulling that cover down. Now I will show you a technique called the massage technique, and that's where you're running your hands over the seat like this. And that I'll use that throughout installs just to make sure that everything is smoothing over the seat and really conforming nice to it. The next thing that you're gonna wanna do is when you get it in this position right here, even before you tighten it up down below, we're gonna wanna take this section right here. These are your headrest posts, like receivers right here. This plastic right here where the headrests push in. And we're gonna pop this over. The trim tool is a nice tool for this section right here, just to help get that around and over like that, because you want to tuck that in. That's the look we're going for, is tucked underneath the plastic on all headrest pieces, and just tuck any loose threads or anything else underneath like that. That's good. So now that you have that done, you can finish pulling it down, and then we're gonna have, see this felt right here? This is what's gonna connect to that top piece of Velcro, that 2-inch Velcro that was on the seat bottom. We're gonna end up pushing this through and then sticking it down to that Velcro right there, and then that's what holds that front side in nice and tight. Now we're in this spot right here. I can push this felt through the seat crack right here between the backrest and the bottom. And once I get the majority of it through, that's actually when I'm gonna move around to the backside and finish pulling that from side to side here. On the backside where we've pulled this felt, this is that felt right there, and you can see that's the Velcro that was on the seat bottom cover. And we're now gonna take this felt and stick that on to that Velcro right there, just so it sticks on nice and tight right there. Great design. George came up with this install design, which is great. It's just really simplified the install to make it a lot easier for you guys to get this on nice and tight. This is called the modified install right there. So, okay, so we get that stuck down right there. So that's good there. Now, we're looking good right there. What we'll do is take this and pull this down, and now we need to finish by taking these elastics that were on the back. We got to hook that up underneath the seat again right there. Okay. Now on this side right here, last step is to connect these Velcro tabs right here. So you're just gonna pull that nice and tight right there and attach that Velcro. Now the airbag can deploy outside of that if it ever needs to. Now for the headrest cover, this is the driver headrest cover that we're gonna be putting on. What you're gonna wanna do is take this cover, flip it inside out like this right here. And that's gonna help me just have a little bit more hold on this cover as I put it on. The front side is this scratchy hook Velcro side, okay? And so this is the front of the cover of the headrest. And what we're gonna do is put it down like this. And I've noticed this is the best way to get headrests on, is putting it down onto the ground, onto the carpet, or here I have like the carpet and floor mat, and really compressing this headrest down like this, like I'm using my body weight, putting my knee into it and compressing that as I get this on. A lot of these headrests can be kind of tight to get on, so that's a nice way to do it. And then I'll flip it over like this. Continue to pull that over like that right there. When I pretty much have it reached to the top section, I can pull some more like this down on it. But when I have it filled out to the top right here, now it's time to take this and roll these corners over so it can unroll where I had it turned inside out. Now you're gonna see I have it like really tight on this side and it's a little loose here. That's because I need to shift the cover all over like that. So I'm just gonna roll the cover around. Sometimes that happens as you're getting these on, and you just need to shift the whole thing out like that. So I'm just sliding it over like that to get it lined up a little bit better. That's a little bit better, looking better there. Just gonna make my final adjustments here. And then once you have it, your final adjustments made, you're gonna take these two and stick that and pull that together there. Connect that Velcro on the bottom. I just need to continue to adjust this to fit it around a little bit better. Once you've made your final adjustments, you're gonna take this Velcro, attach this up right here, and should fit on like that. Right here, covering all the sections right there, attaches up like that. Now we're on the rear seat. This is the 60/40 seat with a center armrest. And we're gonna do this 60 section first. This is typically the harder piece for everyone to install, so I wanna show you that first here. Now, what you'll do is there's gonna be an opening on this backrest where you'll open that up right here. And there's this lever that you're gonna pull this lever open on the seat. And there's this opening because this is an integrated seat belt, and when it's integrated like that, you need to have an opening. Pull that seatbelt out right there. And once I have this lined up a little bit better, I'll connect up this Velcro like that. Start pulling that down. Now, one thing that's going to help a lot is once you get it to this position, I'm going to take the trim tool and take this around these headrest post sections. So I'm going to grab my trim tool and do that. So we're taking this trim tool and working this around all of these headrest post sections right here, getting that tucked underneath. And this will help hold the cover in place as I finish the install as well. So that's one of the first things I'll do is do that. So 1, 2, and I'll do another 2 over here. Okay, so now I'm working on the rear center armrest. This is an armrest that pulls out of the seat. It's cup holders as well right here. And we're just gonna fit this cover over. There's Velcro that opens up. And then once you have it pulled over all the way, then we'll attach up this Velcro down here. So that Velcro is gonna go around to the back. Here's this Velcro right here. And it just meets up on the back side right here. You're gonna connect that up. There's also 2 side flaps of Velcro that we're gonna connect up as well here. I'll do this side flap of Velcro right here. I got that smoothed out and in a spot where I can connect that up now. Okay. Okay, I have the 2 side pieces connected. And now I'm going to pass this middle piece of Velcro towards the back. This always gets a little tight on these armrests to attach this, but I'm gripping it with one hand right there. Take this around. And that's going to start to attach on. Okay, so that's gripping on right now on those. It's all hidden right there, so it's not hard to show you what's happening back there, but the 2 pieces of Velcro, they're just connecting together on the back side right there. Once that's up, and you can make some final adjustments to it. Just shift things around a little bit. Okay, so that armrest is done now. Now on the 60 backrest, when this pulls down right here, there is Velcro right here that's going to stick to the carpet of the seat. So we're going to pull this nice and tight, make sure child seat attachments, these are all exposed, so that way the child seat bars are exposed there, so we can access those. And connect that up right there. Okay, so that's connected up with the Velcro on that one. Now this right here, this front side, because these are leather seats, and there's actually a belt flap, a seat bib on the back side of the 60 section that doesn't allow for this part of the seat to kind of come up the back and connect. So what we're gonna do is, there's these elastics that are gonna drop down, this Velcro actually just for that seat belt. So we'll connect that back together right there. This is all gonna drop down into the seat crack right here. And that elastic's gonna go underneath, and we're gonna tie those elastics underneath the seat on the bottom side of the seat bottom here. And that's the last step for this 60 section backrest, and then we'll be done there. So down here, this is these elastics went on the back side of the seat, underneath here up to this spring bar right here. That's a good example of what the spring bars look like. We have that tied off, we're good to go. So we're working on this 60 bottom right now. This is the rear 60 bottom. Here's the cover. You're gonna see these straps right here, 4 straps. Those go towards the back side, and you just fit the cover over here. Here's the cutout for the seat belt right there. We're gonna pull this up like that. Now this cover right here on the side, you're gonna wanna tuck that in between, this is the 60 and the 40 split right here. We're gonna push that in like that. This string is gonna drop down to the bottom. And that's the draw cord right there. Okay, and that's gonna get tied off on the bottom side. Okay, we're gonna pull this towards the back. Once that's lined up pretty good right there on the front, now we can take this and push this through right here. Again, you're pushing through your straps, and those straps are gonna go underneath the seat up to those buckles. Same method how we did the front bottom covers. Okay, so those are all pushing through like that. Take your straps, push those through as well here. That. Same thing over here. Now I'm gonna bring that seat down a little bit. That's gonna open up that seat crack a little bit more. Make it a little bit easier for me to drop this down. Creates a little bit more of a gap right there. Okay, perfect. So now that we have that pushed through, I'm gonna go on the underside of the seat, grab the straps and bring them forwards towards the buckles. Okay, we'll get you a better view here in a minute. So here's a view on the bottom side. Here's these straps that we passed up from the back. Here's to the buckle. Cinch those down nice and tight on the underside. Plenty of room to work with underneath here, as you can see. And then strap those on nice and tight. Last part for this 60 bottom is this draw cord right here. So we're gonna pass this underneath the seat right here above this plastic trim right here. And that's gonna go right underneath there to the other side and then tie off to the other draw cord. So here's that draw cord underneath here. That's where I've tied that off underneath there, so you can see it just underneath the seat. Just pull it nice and snug, and then your draw cord's all good to go. And with that, the 60 bottom is all done. We're good there. Now you're just gonna finish out the headrest covers.